All right, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to do a breakdown kit. This is super boring, and this is not anything you want to think about or care about or watch a YouTube video about until you are in it, and it is too late. So with that in mind, we're going to go over it. There is a difference between being a good man and being good at being a man. Women are attracted, regardless of what they say, to men who are good at being men. Whether or not you are a good man is not how they select for mate. You should be a good man. You shouldn't be an asshole. You shouldn't be a piece of shit. But being good at being a man is about being capable. It's about accepting responsibility, about taking responsibility for things. They go right, it is because of you. If they fail, it is because of you. So I'm going to give you some very simple tools here as a young man that I have found out the hard way that I need and that I prefer. First and foremost, it is your responsibility as a man to get the car from point A to point B. If you get a flat tire, you're changing the flat tire. And because you're changing the flat tire and you don't get to set the time and place when it goes flat, you need to have a wide range of tools and a wide range of skills to get you off the side of the road and be competent while you do it. First and foremost, I have never bought a car that had, and I've never bought a new car, all the cars I bought have been used, but I have never bought a car that had the correct scissor jack and various tools necessary to put a jack up under the car and raise it. Whether the jack is locked away or it needs some weird little wrench, I have never gotten a jack that was OEM to the vehicle that had all the parts. So immediately I replaced the jack in whatever car I buy with a better jack. Up until now, I've been using the kind, up until recently, I've been using the kind on wheels that you might slide under a jack and jack it up. I highly recommend that you upgrade to an aftermarket jack and get you a good one. Very recently, though, I have noticed that those jacks tend to lose hydraulic pressure over time, and you can keep fluid in it, but that is just one more thing for me to run behind, and so I'm not interested in doing so. In addition, they have a bad habit of wobbling if you're in some weird, unstable terrain on the side of the road. It matters a lot where you break down at. So I switched to this 20-ton bottle jack. It's way more than I need, but it is effective. So we're going to go left to right. First thing, jumper cables. If you're a young man, even if you're not, this advice applies to anybody. Go get some jumper cables. Go get the thickest ones and the longest ones you can afford. These are 16 feet long. They will reach pretty much anywhere. They will get you where you need to be. So get some jumper cables squared away, put them in the vehicle, and never take them out. They need to go in the trunk with the rest of the breakdown kit. Next thing I'm going to recommend to you is get an aftermarket tire iron, not whatever L-shaped nonsense came with the vehicle. And you need to make sure that the tire iron you purchase fits the lugs on your vehicle. If you go into Discount Tire or what have you, they may change your lug size and you might not even notice the charge on your bill. They may increase it $50 or what have you. Sometimes the lugs swell over time, and so a lot of tire shops will switch those out. So make sure that your tire wrench, your lug wrench, will fit what's on your vehicle. This is what a standard one looks like here. And this is fine. They also make them where they fold. That works great. You need to have a good one. But if you're going to go with this style, you need what's called a cheater bar. A cheater bar is just a a piece of metal pipe that gives you an increase in leverage. I keep a cheater bar in the trunk if I'm using this, but what I have more recently switched off to is this massive Craftsman. This is better in every way. If you are the rescue party and you change people's tires often, you want your job to be as easy as possible. This is what works for me. So you're going to get this big honking guy here, and then you're going to need to get an adapter to go from that massive drive down to, I don't know, half or a quarter, whatever you got. So on the vehicle I'm driving, I've got a 21 millimeter lug, and so you're going to want that there, and this obviates the need for a cheater bar. Put this on, off, very easy. You need some sort of lug wrench, and if you're going to use a traditional shaped one, add a cheater bar, just a scrap piece of metal pipe. Get a good jack. Jumper cables. Next, I did a previous video and it's very short, but the crux of the video is most modern economy vehicles, most sedans, Toyotas, Hondas, what have you, sit so low to the ground that when the tire goes flat, you can't get a jack under it, and you definitely can't get a good jack under it. So what I recommend is keeping some scrap wood in the car. You need to select carefully and get you some scrap wood from wherever you can get it for free or nearly free. And you essentially just build a ramp. See my other video on that, it's only 2 minutes. You essentially build a ramp that you're gonna drive the flat tire up until you're able to get your jack, whatever type you have, under the vehicle. So you can jack it up. Then after that, you're gonna get rid of those out of there. But this is free or nearly free, and it should stay in your breakdown kit. It should stay in that portion of the vehicle. These next things aren't necessities, but boy howdy are they convenient. Do they make life easy? I highly recommend a pair of gloves. Spend money one time on a pair of mechanics, leave them in the breakdown kit. Don't pull them out, don't work in them, leave them in the breakdown kit. Doesn't have to be mechanics brand, just any gloves, so that when it's 3:30 a.m. in the interstate, or on the interstate, on the side of the road in the freezing cold in January, when you're trying to get somebody back to Camp Lejeune and they got formation in the morning, you're broke down, you're not busting your knuckles open in the frigid cold trying to change a tire. I also recommend a pair of knee pads. I used to not care about knee pads. The older I've gotten, I have started to care a lot more about them. And they do a fantastic job, very practically, of just protecting your pants as well. So if you can imagine you're out on a date, or you're going someplace where you would not like to look like garbage when you get there, and you have to change a tire on the way, as often happens, usually at the worst time, you can protect those knees and not arrive all scuffed up and dirty, and not with busted, bloody knuckles and dirt all over your hands. You can get the job done and move on like it never happened. Women, respect competence. Competence is a very effective mating strategy. So as a young man, I recommend to you, get good at the things men need to be good at. And in modern America, that looks like changing a tire. That looks like having jumper cables to boost your battery or boost someone else. I think that will about do it. Take your responsibility as a man seriously. Get good at being a man.